Hello, and welcome back to Rev Lexus. It's been a moment, and today I'm probably about 2 weeks behind every other YouTuber, but I'm doing the Lexus Lc 500 2024 updates. I'm on the Lexus UK page, and we're just going to run through some of the updates that they're bringing to the new recently facelifted, upcoming Lexus Lc 500 models. The images on the website are pretty cool, and I just want to run through some of the details with you. So without further ado, let's crack on. So I've got this in front of me here, and yeah, the first image you see is this convertible LC500 in white. From the images and kind of from what I've seen online, it looks like a matte white versus that F Sport Pearl metallic white. We've got the Inspiration Style 5-spoke alloy wheels, and we've got an all blue interior just from this initial image. It also looks like the taillights could be slightly darkened. I think we'll find out as we get into this, but yeah, that's the initial looks. And then if you look at the front of the bumper as well, you can kind of see there's little like aero bits attached to the bumper, but we'll digress into what's new. So as you'd expect, like any car manufacturer, they're constantly updating some of the tech, some of the features, the suspension, the ride. The main takeaway from this is what I've noticed is that the upcoming one has a 12.3-inch touchscreen. They're saying it's positioned 86mm closer to the driver. However, you are going to notice that's going to be pretty much the same system that's in the LS500H, as well as some of the newer Lexus models such as the RZ, the RX, and the NX. I can't remember if it's in the ES, if it's the same touchscreen, the one that I reviewed recently. So I don't want to say that. However, I have noticed the clock's gone. I really like the analog clock that Lexus put in cars, and they've taken that away. I have noticed as well on the image that's been provided is, yeah, the screen's like in front of the dash now, whereas previously it's all integrated behind that kind of perspex material, and it's kind of like a seamless design. It's now jutting in front of the dash, and it's higher than the rest of it. So you've got this like step design from the bezel above the dials, and then you've got your I don't know if it's going to be your sports mode. It's a left-hand drive image on the UK website, weirdly, but on the right-hand side of the car, in the right-hand drive one is the the traction control. So I wonder if it is the sports modes in that on the left-hand side for the UK would be right-hand side on the left-hand drive cars. And it goes from there, it's down like a couple of mil, and then you've got the big screen, and then it goes down again and drops for the passenger side. So it's quite a, yeah, it's looking a little bit visually disturbed and a bit different, but that's the main takeaway from this. They do say they've got a Lexus onboard assistant, which is pretty much like every other car manufacturer say, hey Lexus, i.e. hey BMW, hey Mercedes, and you could say certain things. So you can talk to the car now. We can also get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is going to be wired and wireless, which we've not had previously. We're also seeing the introduction of a USB-C charging port as well as the USB-A, and we're also still continuing on with the 12-volt power outlet. So a little bit more usability going forward. To the colour options, if we scroll down, we're seeing there's going to be a new blue and white two-tone interior scheme inspired by the Regatta edition, which if anybody's been watching long enough, I went through to Edinburgh and seen that kind of structural blue with the kind of blue and white interior. It was really nice. And they've also got a dark rose option with contrasting black, with a rich red finish on the seat, centre console and instrument panel. So that's going to be an interesting look when you see that in real life and on the configurator. Exterior paint choices, we're going to see Azure Blue and Sonic Copper, which I'm hoping is going to say it's the same one that's going to be in the RX and RZ, so I'm hoping it looks as good as those models because those colours look quite rich, quite modern, especially in the RZ with the two-tone of the black kind of bonnet and roof. I think that adds a little bit of something to it. The Azure Blue I'm sure will look good because Lexus do great paints, and blue is one of my favourite colours. I've also got cars equipped with panoramic view monitor have added cameras to the doors, bringing this like change to the shape of the housing. This adjustment has further reduced wind noise and improved aerodynamic performance. And according to the model grade, the free-forged alloy designs are available. We've got the 20-inch super gloss black metallic, the 21-inch machine finish, and the 21-inch two-tone black and chrome finish, which has been quite popular on the LC models throughout the production life so far. Here in the UK, you still don't really see them. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that each branch in the UK was limited to sell 4. So here in Scotland, if we've got Glasgow and Edinburgh, it was like 8 a year. I could be totally wrong, but I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere, and that's probably why they're quite limited stroke rare in the UK roads, because you just don't see them at all. I think I've seen 2 this year, whereas you compare that to like a Porsche 911, even the new shape, like a 23 plate, I've probably seen about 10 of them in the last month or so, never mind existing models. What else have we got? We've got driving refinement. As per usual, they're changing some suspension tweaks. They're consistently doing that until you drive the car back to back with each consecutive year. I don't know if you're going to notice too much of a difference. I do see now we've got on the, where the mouse pad used to be, we've got a camera button, and then we've got a heated seat button like right in the middle of the car, which is an unusual look there, just below the volume kind of circular knob. You've got your pad to rest your palm for the mouse pad, but they've not removed that, they've kept that, put a heated seat button right there. I'm not sure, that looks a little bit afterthought. Obviously this car has not been designed for that touchscreen, and that's why that's happened. The same thing with the convertible. I have noticed the convertible, the button's been moved from being underneath that little kind of pad, which I think integrates it really well and hides it, and it's now like a physical button you can see. I really don't know the thought behind that. Obviously some people complained and the manufacturers listened, however, yeah, I think I quite like it when it's integrated. We do have the ultimate version of the LC500 and convertible. They're saying it's going to get more performance and increased tuning on their V8 engines. The ultimate edition, we've got Hakugen's white paintwork, has an elegant matte finish that translates to the image we've seen initially. Inspired by Lexus Sportline, symbolised by Lexus LFA, this unique effect, sealed by the satin lacquer top coat, contrasts with black bodywork ornamentation. Black appears at the front of the car, radiator grille mouldings, headlamps, bumper, outer mirrors. Black appears on the rear taillight covers bracket and lower bumper, as well as the exhaust baffle. And we're also getting an image of that blue interior as well. And also I can see in the carbon fibre on that image some writing, so I'm going to presume that says the Ultimate Edition or something like that on the carbon fibre. It's hard to see with this image, but you're seeing it's all blue with, yeah, pretty much this image is all navy blue with the white and black exterior, which looks good. I do like a convertible, as you may know, with the SE430. And what else are we saying? In a world's first, the front bumper has been integrated, incrementally formed canard fins, aerodynamic details used in race cars and aircraft. These help regulate airflow and reduce front lift. I'm not sure how many people track the LC500, never mind the convertible one. They're more like a cruising poser car, which I've still only seen I think 2 of them in real life. A silver one in the Borders at the Stirling Moss event last year, and then the one in Edinburgh in the dealership. I've seen none on the road as far as I'm aware from memory. Oh, and I've seen one at Lexus Glasgow in orange with a tan roof, like that kind of creamy colour roof. But even though I was in Miami, I thought I would be seeing Lexus LCs everywhere, because it's the kind of place you'd expect a convertible or a car like that. But no, I didn't even see one coupe, never mind the convertible ones. So I'm not sure, but if it reduces drag, it's something to sell, I guess. Colour design Japan. Let's see what else we've got. There's another image of the LC. We can see that darkened kind of colour around the rear diffuser area, around the tail lights, kind of highlighting that it's going to be a facelift model. We've got smooth rotation in the engine, enhanced sound, and accelerated response. Again, I can't wait to see this in person, and that is the end of the article. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing probably either that in person or a video of it. I am aware the Inspiration series has got that carbon spoiler that goes right round and wraps round. Maybe that's something they're going to add to the Ultimate Edition. There's no images on this page, but I'm wondering if that's the spoiler they would use. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video on the LC500 2024 update. Comment below what you think of the update on the LC. As always, stay safe, thanks for watching, and if you're a Lexus fan enthusiast and you made it this far, why not subscribe? It really helps the channel out. We're almost at 3,000 subscribers, so I'd be really appreciate it if you could smash that subscribe button and share with your friends. We've got more exciting Lexus content coming. As always, stay safe. Ciao.